first time, welcome to Talk to the Hand Reviews. I'm Bo the Reviews Lady, and I just like to talk about fragrances and cosmetics and things like that. So, welcome. Also, I used to work in the fragrance and cosmetics industry in the 80s and 90s, so I like to sort of talk about the differences in things between then and now. And yeah, so today I'm going to try to move a little faster with my stuff because I notice that I'm a little slow sometimes. Okay, today my fragrance is Esprit D'Oscar. Oh, love it. I got it at Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada in this set of 3, which has the Oscar Rose and the Oscar Jasmine. And I love them all. I love them all. But this one, I thought was really quite special. And as soon as I smelled it, this is the Eau de Parfum. The other 2 are Eau de Toilette. As soon as I smelled it, I just thought, well, actually, at first I thought of another fragrance called L'air Bleu, which people in Fragrantica agreed with me. But this is so complex and beautiful. And I would say it smells a little like original Oscar, but it's really all its own fragrance. I mean, and I found it to be, after a while, it gets even more complex. Really, really beautiful fragrance. I'm gonna put some on a tissue for myself. How are you, by the way? Are you having a good day? I hope you're having a good day. Have you been outside? Have you been out in the, is it summer where you are? Is it winter? Oh, this is so beautiful. I was immediately in love with it. So, I want to tell you a few things about it, which I thought were interesting. I'm kind of sensitive to fragrances right now, so I'm putting everything on a tissue. It's kind of a long story, but I'm going to do another video about what I've been through recently, health-wise, and I don't like to bother people too much with that, but it's the truth. And I've even noticed that my earlier videos, I look and sound quite different than what I have now, than what I do now, but I'm still really enjoying it, and I haven't posted for a bit, so I'm having a good time. So I want to tell you a little bit about Esprit D'Oscar. It was released in 2011. The noses, Frank Vocal and Anne Gottlieb. Frank Vocal is famous for, well, many fragrances, as is Anne Gottlieb. But they, Frank Vocal did Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Amber Sun, Guerlain Precious Heart, Guerlain, Kenneth Cole Reaction. Anne Gottlieb is famous for CK1 Shock, both for women and men, CK Contradiction, and Arden Fifth Avenue, and Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker. I worked for the Oscar De la Renta company. It was like in the mid-90s. I was a rotator rep. I went around to different stores and I promoted the fragrances, and I gave product to the people that worked there to try to, make everybody happy. Everybody happy. Don't you love Oscar? And I really loved working for Oscar De la Renta because it was like it was my mom's favorite fragrance, and it was kind of expensive for us because it was just my mom and I. We didn't have a whole lot of money to spend. So when I was able to give her the Oscar, because they gave it to me, I had it. It was really nice. So I have a special place in my heart for Oscar De la Renta company. But these fragrances didn't come out until way after. I think they sold to someone else, and all that. I'm glad to see they're still putting out nice stuff though. So Oscar De la Renta rose to fame in the 60s. he caught attention for being one of Jackie Kennedy's couturiers. The original Oscar, I think, came out in 1977, did it? Oscar De La Renta, he is from the Dominican Republic. He worked for Balenciaga and Lanvin. I tried to learn how to say it recently. Let's see. Oh, I thought this was kind of cute. Couple things that he said. One was, most of the time he'd meet women and women would know who he was, but occasionally he'd meet some man who didn't know who he was and he'd say, "You better ask your wife." Can you imagine someone saying that? "You better ask your wife." Like, do you know my wife? But I think that's kind of cheeky and cute. He said it took 3 months to create a collection, and then it's kind of a bummer because after the fashion show it's over. It's over in 15 minutes, he said. Okay, my thoughts on Esprit D'Oscar. Oh. That is a feminine. Oh, it's so feminine. It's really beautiful. It does seem maybe a little bit mature. But I used to wear mature women fragrances when I was younger. I don't really discriminate either way. If I like it, I wear it. And if I like it, I wear it any time of year. Not spring, summer, or fall, whatever, you know. So I want to tell you, Fragrantica members say it smells like. 356 people thought it smelled like L'air Bleu, which I did too in the beginning. That's another one of my favorites. 159 people said it was like Oscar Original, which I can't really see. I was kind of expecting it to be more like Original Oscar, and it's not. But it's so well done because you can smell Oscar in there somewhere. There's a, I don't know how they did it. It's like you're smelling different compartments at the same time. Like, oh, then you go, oh, think of Oscar, and then you smell Oscar. It's weird. In a wonderful way. Okay, okay, and this one too, I agree. 122 people said it smelled like Apres Llonde from Guerlain. And it does, because Apres Llonde smells a little bit like L'air Bleu. So in that same way, they smell kind of similar. 65 people felt it was like Gloria Vanderbilt. I knew Gloria Vanderbilt very well when I was young. My mom used it and I used it. It's just one of those really nice, you know, affordable fragrances that smelled so good. But I don't think it necessarily smells like it. But it's probably a similar spirit. 33 people felt it was like Cornubia from Penhaligon's, which I've never had the pleasure to try, and oh, would I love to try that. So yeah, so you kind of, if you know any of those, you can kind of get the idea. Okay, like I said, a young woman can wear it, but it does seem, it feels to me more adult. It's very complex and sophisticated. I love it. The pros were on Fragrantica. These aren't mine. These are, they have a little AI thing on Fragrantica that tallies up the different comments people make, and then it gives you these little points that the AI comes up with that gathers the information. So people thought it had an old school glamour vibe. Yes, it does have that. It's comforting and pretty. Powdery iris and creamy tuberose. Well, I know I love tuberose, but iris I like too, but I haven't smelled enough iris to really know. Which is surprising because I used to work as a floral designer. I don't remember any irises having any fragrance. But the ones that people grow in their garden, those do. But I haven't been around enough of those, but I'd like to. Okay, and the cons, and I read this and I thought, oh, that really rings true, even though I don't really want to tell people this, but they said it dries down into a comforting rather than an exciting scent. So it doesn't have some of those base notes that are maybe, I don't know, a little more sensually charged, like your musks and your things like that. It might have musk, it probably does, but whatever the musk is, it's not overpowering and it's not real strong lingering. And also they said similar to Lyra Blue, but with a dirtier dry down. A dirtier dry down, what does that mean? So yes, my little pretties, my lovely ladies and handsome gents, the Gorgeous, which I would recommend, I would really recommend. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to say the reason I felt kind of sad about that is dries down into a comforting rather than exciting scent. So maybe it doesn't have some of those sexy undertones. I don't want to say that. It does. It's just, it's not overtly like that. So it is kind of true. Maybe that's why people think it seems like a mature woman's fragrance. I don't know, but I'm going to be wearing it because I really love it. So thank you for watching me again, or for the first time. And if you like this kind of thing, you find it kind of interesting, please consider subscribing. Okay. So thank you again. I look forward to seeing you again. Till then, don't forget to enjoy every moment you can. Bye.